Okay, I mean, you've probably told the story more than once already.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it fresh is probably going to be difficult, but we're here in Nicholson's Cap.
Mm-hmm.
What role did Nicholson's Cap have in it?
Huge. Because they used to let me sit here for 2 hours at a time when my daughter was asleep next to me in the pushchair. The only way I could get her up to have her nap was to keep her moving. So I used to walk around town, normally this part of town because I wanted to come here, until she fell asleep. Then I'd run in here and sit here with one cold coffee for 2 hours at a time and just write like fury. So a lot of the book, in fact the whole of chapter 10 was written in here, of the first book. But I don't tend to write in here so much anymore because I feel a bit too self-conscious about it. I feel like as though because I've given interviews in here, it's as though I'm advertising that this is where I write, so I don't tend to work in here so much anymore.
What do you remember specifically about being in here? I mean, and what were your circumstances exactly then you felt compelled to write? And write a children's book?
I've always written, although this was the first thing I tried to get published. My circumstances then were that I was a single parent, recently divorced, not working, very, very broke, and determined to finish the book because I was about to start training as a teacher, and I knew that I would have no time at all to write, so it was a self-imposed deadline. I just wanted to finish this book and just try and get it published.
Okay. So had Harry Potter existed in your head for some time before?
Harry Potter came to me on a train in 1990. I was sitting just staring out of the window and the idea just fell out of nowhere. It was the purest stroke of inspiration I've ever had in my life. And I've been writing about him ever since, literally. I have boxes, loads of stuff on him that has travelled with me to Portugal, where I was working before Edinburgh, back to Edinburgh, slowly growing and growing. But it was in Edinburgh that I actually kind of carved a book out of that massive material.
Okay, but that single idea was what, exactly?
The single idea was Harry, this boy who didn't know he was a wizard, who for 11 years had made very odd stuff happen, that there was plainly mystery about him, but he didn't know what it was, and that then he got the letter that told him he had a place at wizard school. And I just thought it would be a lot of fun to write. I had never thought of myself as a children's writer. Everything I'd written up to then had been geared towards adults, though I'd never tried to get any of it published. So it chose me rather than me choosing it. I never sat down and thought, all right, let's try and write for children now. It was just plainly a story that was going to appeal to children.
And the name, just something simple and ordinary?
Harry is one of my favourite boys' names. Potter was actually the name of a family I used to play with when I was very small. I doubt that they'd remember me, but I just liked their surname. So that's where that came from. People have asked me if it was Dennis Potter, because I come from the Forest of Dean, but it wasn't.